Want to build bigger arms? Do this. Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Arm channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about building bigger arms, more specifically how to maximize your programming, maximize your training week so you can maximize your arm size. Before I get into this topic, if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, I'd love to work with you. I coach full time. You can check out the link down below. All right. Let's dive into things. Maximizing arm size. If you want to build bigger arms, you have to maximize your training week. Easier said than done, right? So how do we do that? How do we maximize our training week to maximize arm size? Now, obviously we have only so many hours in the week to dedicate to training. And when it comes to building arms, there can be a lot of confusion. Some advocates will say all you need is compound movements. All you need is the bench press and the row and all these kinds of things, and you don't need direct arm work to build big arms. And then you have the bodybuilding camp, or the more classic camp, that will do that kind of stuff, that you'll work your compounds, your benches and your rows, but then they'll add in direct arm work. Some of my clients have junk days where they have arm work on a Saturday or something like that, extra arm work. So in all of this, there can be a lot of confusion. What's the magic ratio? How important are compound movements when it comes to arm size? How important is direct arm work when it comes to arm size? I'm going to give you guys a very simple formula that will work with your training week, that will work with how much time you have to dedicate to lifting each week. So first off, I don't want you to worry about how much time you have to lift each week. Whatever you have, that's what you have, right? You can't change reality. So if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6 days, we're going to focus on that. We're going to develop a formula based on your available time in gym. Now, the numbers I'm about to give you are just generalizations, and you can adjust them as needed. Each training day, you can do about 18 hard quality sets, and that's going to keep you in the gym about 70 to 75 minutes. So take the number of days you have per week to train and multiply them by 18. Again, each training day you can get in about 18 quality sets, or basically 6 exercises of 3 sets roughly. So if you can train 3 days a week, that's 54 weekly sets. If you can train 4 days a week, that's 72 weekly sets. And if you train 5 days a week, that's 90 total weekly sets. Now, how do we figure out how much of that work to put into compound movements, direct movements like the bench press and the row and that sort of thing? And how much of that do we put into isolation or direct arm work to maximize our arm size? So here's the basic rule. Take your weekly sets and multiply them by 2/3. This is the amount of effort, the number of sets you're going to use on the major body parts or non-direct work. So if you have 3 training days a week or 54 hard sets a week, you multiply that by 2/3, and that would be 36 sets that would go towards the 4 major areas of focus. That would be chest, delts, back, and quads. So in that work, you're going to do your compound movements. You're going to do your bench presses, you're going to do your overhead presses, you're going to do your rows and pull-ups, you're going to do your leg work. If you have 4 training days each week, that would be 72 weekly hard sets. You're going to multiply that again by 2/3. Now here you're going to get 48. That's 48 hard sets total for chest, delts, back, and quads, or 12 for each of these major areas of focus. Now, here's the important thing. How much direct arm work do I do? What we're trying to do here is balance the impact of our compound movements, or our big heavy hitters that are great for overall size, but still leave a balanced approach, or still have balance and a reasonable amount of work for your direct arm work. So if you're training 5 days a week, that'd be 90 total sets. Times 2/3, you'd have 60 sets for your chest, delts, back, and legs, and that would leave 30 sets for direct work or more minor or smaller muscle groups. Now back to the 3-day example. We had 54 total sets and we had 18 left over. The sets left over, you want to take about 2/3 of those and use it for direct arm work, biceps and triceps. So if you're training 3 days a week, you take 2/3 of that and apply it to chest, delts, back, and legs, the major compound movements, the big hitters. And then the 18 sets you have left, you take 2/3 of those and apply to direct arm work. In this case, you have 18 sets left, so you'd use about 12 for direct arm work, or you could do 6 for biceps, 6 for triceps, or however you want to slice it and dice it. And the remaining 6 sets per week you can use for whatever you want. Traps, abs, calves, etc. This is just a starting point, and obviously you can adjust it based on your work week, but this is a really good basic formula to use. Now, if you're training 4 days a week and you have 72 hard sets, again, 4 days times 18, 48 of those sets are going to go towards your major compounds or major areas of focus, chest, back, shoulders, and quads. And you have 24 sets left. Of that, you're going to take 2/3 of those and use it for direct arm work, or about 16 total sets. Again, here you could do 8 for biceps, 8 for triceps. This would be weekly. And then the other 8 sets you have left over, you can use for whatever areas of focus you prefer. If you're training 5 days a week and you have 90 total sets, 60 of those are going to go towards your major areas of focus and major compounds. And the other 30 you can use for the minor body parts. So we're going to take 30 times, again, 2/3. And you'll get 20 total sets, and you can do maybe 10 sets of biceps, 10 sets of triceps per week, maybe 8 sets of biceps and 12 sets of triceps. In any case, remember the 2/3 rule. How many total sets you have per week, you're going to use 2/3 of those on the major compounds, the major areas of focus, chest, bench pressing, dips, machine chest press, whatever you want. It's going to focus on your delts, your back, your quads. You're going to get in those big compounds. For quads, it could be squats and leg press and whatever. So from there, you have 1/3 of your work left. You're going to multiply that by 2/3 to generate direct arm work. So remember the rule of 2/3 and then 2/3 when trying to establish a reasonable baseline for direct arm work. The guidelines presented in this video will allow you for some really good training balance. You'll get a lot of quality compound movements in your pressing and in your pulling that will help you build big arms through your compound movements, and will leave plenty of room to do direct arm work, to do more isolation arm work, to fill in the gap. So this is a really good balance when it comes to building strength, building muscle, and maximizing your arm size. You're not putting yourself all in one camp that says only do compounds to build muscle, and you're not putting yourself in the other camp, which is only do isolations to build muscle. Here we're going to use a perfect amount of balance and build some big, juicy arms. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.